Have you ever wondered what would happen if Isagi Yoichi chose a different team other than Bastard Munchen in the Neo-Egoist League? How would this affect his abilities? And most importantly, how would this affect Isagi's growth? Well, stay tuned until the end, because I'm gonna be honest, it might just make him either extra badass or a pet of one of the best players in Blue Lock. So let's get right into it. It'll all begin after the U20 Japan match, where Isagi was crowned as the MVP and the hero of Blue Lock. Sei acknowledged him and Rin hated him with all his heart and soul. I mean, if Rin was given the chance to straight out murder Isagi's parents and turn him into Batman, he would. Anyway, now, the players were given the chance to choose a club from one of the 5 countries: England, Spain, Germany, France, and Italy. The others would have the same picks as before, including Rin going to France. This begs the question, which country will Isagi choose? Well, the fact of the matter is that in the original timeline, Isagi chose Germany because he knew Noah was there, and it was an environment where they valued logic above all else. Meaning, it was perfect for him. But what if he had a reason not to go there? You see, the Isagi in this timeline still wants to be the best striker in the world, but he has this urge that he's going to do it without Noah's help, to prove that his brain and his ego are going to be world class. And this is the place where his blood boiled the most, France. And it just so happens that Rin is there with him. I'm thinking that to make things fair, Karasu goes to Germany since it does fit him a bit. With Isagi in France, allying himself with Rin and Shido, anything could possibly happen. He joins PXG with Julian Loki as his master. Now, we all know Loki got trash-talked by Slur Sagi in the main series, so it's interesting how their dynamics are going to be now that they're in the same team. And what's even better is that aside from Bastard Munchen in the main story, PXG was the only other undefeated team. As we move on, I'm assuming that just like Bastard Munchen, every club gave all their members a test on who could become one of the starting 11. In this test, both Rin and Isagi are constantly trying to one-up each other with Shido, even trying to butt in every now and then. Since Kaiser wasn't there to block Isagi's path directly, it's safe to say that Isagi gets to be in the starting 11. I mean, Zantetsu and Nanase were able to get in, and they're way below Isagi's level at this point in the series. Isagi would most likely take Karasu's spot, but move up to the right forward midfielder position, while the other 11 are Rin, Shido, Charles, Zantetsu, Tokimitsu, Nanase, and 4 other members from PXG. Their first match was going to be against Ubers, and in the original timeline, PXG won against Ubers with a score of 3-2. But what's more interesting here is that Baru didn't even play. Those 2 goals would have most likely been scored by either Sendo or Drago, or even one by Snuffy. So what's going to happen in this match? Well, as the battle between these 2 teams begins, I assume that PXG are going to be surprised by just how coordinated Ubers are. PXG would get a chance to blast through the initial defense of Ubers, but would be stopped by their solid defense composed of Nico, Aiku, and Don Lorenzo. However, it won't be enough, as with the help of Charles, Rin would score the first goal against Ubers, putting PXG in the lead. Ubers would quickly counterattack. Using one of their deadly formations, they'd fight back and score with Drago. As the game went on though, Isagi managed to steal the ball from both Rin and Shido, scoring a goal himself. They used the star change system, and both Loki and Snuffy went on the field. Snuffy scores another goal, and time runs out before Loki can do anything significant. It was Rin who scored the final goal for PXG, ending the game with a 3-2 score and making Isagi feel frustrated that he lost, even though they won, but you get my point here. Because of this, Isagi continues to evolve just like he did, but instead of slowly making the team revolve around him, like in Bastard Munchen, his target is to make Charles acknowledge him and use Charles to score his own goals. His first evolution was supposed to be learning his lefty direct shot, but in this instance, he changes his entire philosophy, where he aims to find the best spot for the best pass while completely hiding his presence from the defenders. Their next game is going to be against Manshine City. Hey, it's Natsu mid-editing here, and I just wanted to pause the video to ask you to subscribe if you haven't already, and while you're already down there, why not leave a like as well? Now, without Isagi giving Kaiser a run for his money, I think Manshine City has a chance at winning against Bastard Munchen. If that happens, then this is going to be a very interesting match. You see, in the main story, PXG beat Manshine City 3-1, and that's because Nagi already lost his fire. But in this story, he's just about to face Isagi. Anyway, let's go to the Manshine City versus PXG for now. As the game begins, both teams are going to unleash their new weapons with Isagi calling his new weapon Scour. It wouldn't even be wrong to say that Manshine scores the first goal via Nagi or Chigiri. But of course, PXG is going to bite back, and it's most likely Isagi that's going to tie up the game. With 1-1 on the scoreboard, the teams are getting more fired up. It's most likely that Rin will enter a flow state after seeing Isagi score a goal in front of him, and with a pass from Charles, will turn the game 2-1. But this is where things get even crazier as Nagi unleashes his 5-stage volley, shocking everyone. It's a 2-2 game, and with only a couple of minutes left, both teams scramble for the win. Yet their stalemate won't last very long as the star change system takes into effect, and Chris Prince tries to score an unprecedented goal, but is blocked by Loki. With the Masters going back to the bench and the score still tied, that's where Isagi unlocks another piece of his puzzle. He gained meta vision. Isagi matches foresight with his own ideals as a striker, and manages to outclass Nagi, steal from Shido or Rin, and score a super goal, ending the game with 3-2. The next game PXG is going to have is up against FC Barcha, but they're not going to be much of a match. You see, even if we admit it or not, Bachira is carrying that team so hard, and even when Isagi wasn't in PXG, FC Barcha lost 3-1. So if Isagi is already on this level, FC Barcha might just lose 3-0. It's going to be a humiliating defeat, and Isagi might just throw another slur towards Bachira, which leads us to their final game. This time, PXG is against Bastard Munchen, and it's going to be the first time where Isagi and Rin face the Emperor himself, Kaiser. At the beginning of the match, Rin and Isagi were finding it hard to fight against both Kaiser and Kunigami. This is because Ness was still in the match, and Bastard Munchen even acknowledged Kunigami to be a viable forward. And most importantly, they have our GOAT, Gagamaru. Rin shoots first but gets blocked by Gagamaru, and that's when he enters the flow state, surpassing everyone's expectations. He reveals his new playstyle, destroying everyone in his path, and manages to score the first goal of the match after a second attempt. The second Bastard Munchen touches the ball though. Kaiser scores with his iconic Kaiser impact. PXG even loses the ball, and Kunigami steals a goal from Kaiser, making the game 2-1. Just one more goal, and Bastard Munchen wins. This is where Loki finally decides to use the star change system himself, and as he allies himself with Charles and Isagi to beat Noah, Isagi suddenly steals the goal from Loki by utilizing his direct shot, but improving its shooting ability by copying the Kaiser impact. And of course, Slursegi trash talks everyone, including the Masters. The score is now a tie, and the star change system ends. To make things worse for Rin, Charles is solely focused on Isagi after he sees what he did to Loki. I mean, Shido is getting completely ignored at this point too. And since Kaiser hasn't evolved because of the lack of Isagi's presence, PXG is setting the tempo. Ness starts to panic, and this causes him to make a crucial mistake that lets Isagi get the ball. Now, the four strongest players on the field, Isagi, Rin, Kunigami, and Kaiser, are trying to steal the ball from each other, turning it into a wild free-for-all. Kaiser steals the ball and tries another Kaiser impact, but ultimately fails as it is blocked by both Isagi and Rin. With their counter-attack, Isagi ultimately comes out on top by using Rin's flow state against him. He shoots and scores, ending the game 3-2. Isagi outclasses both Rin and Kaiser, but who knows? This might not be the end as the U20 World Cup tournament is coming up soon. And that's what would happen if Isagi chose PXG instead of Bastard Munchen in the Neo-Egoist League. Do you think Isagi would still surpass Rin and Kaiser, or would he fall off? Let us know in the comments below. Anyway, if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel, and while you are at it, leave a comment and a like, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video, which will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.